Recently, a video surfaced that shows a California Highway Patrol employee straddling 51-year-old Marlene Pinnock and delivering repeated blows to her head and face. The incident happened in Los Angeles on Tuesday, July 1st, around 5:40 p.m. at the La Brea Avenue on-ramp to I-10. It was captured by David Diaz, who happened to be traveling by at the time. Almost 2 weeks since the incident, the aggressor remains unnamed, at work, and with pay. Meanwhile, those in his outfit are doing damage control, hoping things will calm down so that they continue on with business as usual.
The CHP is calling for patience during its investigation.
That isn't surprising, as they are incentivized, first, not to protect you or I, but the perceived legitimacy of their corrupt institution. One colleague of the aggressor, Chris O'Quinn, claims that Pinnock had walked into traffic. Even if O'Quinn is to be believed, does that make acceptable the violence wedded out against Pinnock? If you saw someone who walked into the road, would it be justified for you to stop and beat them down? O'Quinn also claimed that his colleague was merely trying to restrain Pinnock. Huh? Clearly, she's trying to block the blows from being delivered. If the aggressor was so brazen in this instance, I wonder how many others he's wronged. As Pinnock's own daughter noted,
I never would have thought I would be standing here today speaking on behalf of my mom because she was beaten on the side of a freeway by a CHP officer that was sworn to protect her. That makes me scared.
Further, O'Quinn had the audacity to claim that Pinnock was not hurt.
Now, the CHP says that Pinnock was not injured.
Really? After receiving multiple blows to her head and face from someone atop her, she's just fine? Would O'Quinn put forth the same narrative if it were his wife or his mom who was repeatedly hit in the face and head by a grown male?
Outraged community activists in Los Angeles have held rallies all week,
which are great to unify and to bring attention to the situation, but they're not alone the solution. Some have called for more training of police employees so that they can better respond to such situations. This is definitely not a solution, as the same corrupt institution that suffers from the same perverse incentives remains. Some have called for an investigation of this incident done by employees of other coercive monopolistic entities. There's no way justice or accountability will ever be achieved through this route. Like the California Highway Patrol, all are founded on the flawed claim that some people, those with badges, have the legal right to initiate force. Some are happy to learn that since the incident, attorneys Kerry Harper and John Burris have become involved to help Pinnock in legal land, and that a civil suit is in the plans. But that tactic, too, will not curtail the pattern of violence caused by police employees, as it's not the individual aggressor who, assuming compensation is said to be due, has to compensate the victim, but area residents. Also, using this avenue bestows upon legal land some legitimacy, but it, like all of the injustice system, is a centralized, coercive apparatus that can only exist at the direct inverse of our rights. Still, others look forward to meetings held between so-called leaders, experts, and authorities. This perceived solution is both foolish and dangerous, as it does not question but concentrates power with a few who claim the right to rule over others. The real solution lies within yourself. If you conclude that some who demand your allegiance aren't deserving, then don't grant them any. If you realize that an action wrong for one can't become right for another based simply on their costume, and act accordingly, you are more threatening to the status quo than any rally, petition, or lawsuit. One mind at a time, that erosion of legitimacy will do more to safeguard your rights and the rights of those around you than any insider system tactic could ever accomplish. Takeaways from this video. Filming is key. Because traveler David Diaz took the time to film, this situation cannot be as easily ignored or covered up. Thousands are now aware of it, and the court of public opinion is powerful. For more on this, check out copblock.org/filmthepolice. Individuals are responsible for their actions. The aggressor's identity is still not known, though that's likely to change. Whether that info is released by his colleagues during an upcoming press conference or located and shared by those who have such skills, it should be welcomed by anyone, police and non-police alike, who value truth, as it rightly focuses attention on the aggressor. For more on this, check out copblock.org/library. And if you have a moment, feel free to call the California Highway Patrol's Southern Division to share your thoughts. 818-240-8200.